coverage of Kentucky Lake Race Week and the Commonwealth Cup are brought to you by First Kentucky Bank, RE/MAX Dream World Properties in Green Turtle Bay.
Well, good morning and welcome back. It's day 2 of Kentucky Lake Race Week, and this morning I'm aboard Persistence with Jerry and Ann Clark. And Jerry, we're looking for a little bit of rain today, some storms. Could that mean some bigger wind, you think?
Well, probably will be.
Okay.
We had pretty good wind yesterday, though.
Yeah, you came from...
we came from Lighthouse Landing down.
Down, that's right.
And started the race about 9:45 yesterday morning. And we're hoping to get this one off about 9 o'clock.
Excellent. Well, we'll keep you updated and stay tuned for more racing action here on Lakeland TV.
Kentucky Lake Sailors, this is a committee boat. We're on station. The plan for the day is to go start north, through the bridge, star line to port to the finish line. Over. Please check in. We're going to try to get this race started about 9 o'clock. The Paris Landing group is first. Over.
Well, it's about 10 minutes before the start of race 2 here on Kentucky Lake Race Week, and I'm aboard a Hunter 356, and we're going to be pretty sheltered today. Since they're calling for storms, I think we've got the best boat out here. We're going to stay dry. And I'm with Jerry and Ann, and we're about 10 minutes away from the start. And Jerry, again, I know we've had to do some course corrections because of the weather. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we always have to adjust the race. We have a plan, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But we're starting north into the wind. The wind's coming out at about 030 degrees right now at about 11 knots. So we're going to be starting north and then going to the bridge, then going to a red buoy at Starline, which is an old location up there at 29.2 on the river. And then they have to take that to port, which is the left side of the boat. And then we finish out up in front of Sled Creek. It's about a 15 nautical mile race course. 15
nautical miles and a real good chance of some great wind and heavy weather. Keep watching here on Lakeland TV. This is Kentucky Lake Race Week.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time catching these guys. They've been moving on.
Well, they're moving fast. We've had a lot more wind than forecast. We've been up around 23.5 knots at times.
That's a lot of wind on this lake. It sure is.
Right on the beam, which is optimum for racing.
Absolutely. It's been a great race today. We're about 8 miles from the finish. So keep watching. Well, Jerry, we were about to wrap it up, and we just passed the lead boat.
Yeah.
We had a hard time catching them.
We did. He was flying. He was beating us all the way up here. And the wind has shifted. Now it's out about 8.5 knots. He slowed down to about 4, and that's the only way we were able to catch him.
We've also got a little rain coming in. It's going to be kind of a sloppy finish, but it's been a good day for sailing. Other than the rain, it's been real good wind.
Been great wind. I expected the wind to change when we hit the rain. That usually happens.
Yeah.
And so it's shifting around. It's about 9-10 knots right now.
Well,
we're getting closer to the end here.
We're going to head over to the finish line and wait for these boats to get in here, Jerry. And it's been a pleasure sailing with you today, by the way.
It's been a lot of fun today.
All right.
We still got a little to go to get these other guys.
Yeah, we got some guys that's going to take a little while.
Yeah, they're going to get a little wet, too, before they get here.
I think so. Well, listen, thanks for watching. Keep watching. We're going to have more race action in just a little bit.
job. I'll tell you what, some high winds. We'll get on the radio. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Good racing, even though the weather was crazy. What happened to you up here? Did you lose your mate? Good job. Did you break something?
Well, that's going to finish us up today here. Second race, Kentucky Lake Race Week. Had a little weather today, but Jerry, most everybody finished today, I believe.
Most everybody finished. We had a couple of people break a couple of things and drop out. Nothing serious. Nobody had a problem that they couldn't deal with, and we did have some significant winds.
I was going to say, that's saying a lot considering the wind that we had today. I think you said we had gusts up to 60 miles an hour
today. Yeah, I had
today.
a gust up to 60 knots, which is 70 miles an hour. It was a one-time thing, but that's a lot of wind. And the squall line was producing about 38 knots there for a couple of minutes. And we warned everybody about it, so everybody hopefully was able to handle it okay.
Well, again, finishing it up for today here, second race of the Kentucky Lake Race Week aboard Persistence, and Persistence was the name today. It took a little persistence to finish this race, so anyway, we want to say congratulations to all the winners, and we look forward to seeing you next weekend for
Commonwealth
Yacht Cup, and then we've also got the Captain's Revenge.
Yeah, Colonel's Revenge.
Colonel's Revenge.
Yeah.
Colonel's Revenge on Sunday, Saturday and Sunday next week, so stay tuned for more.
Okay, great racing.
Thanks.
I will tell you that it was a wild trip from Starlime here for all of you. I know that it was for us. I chased Lee Bird all morning long. I had the option of doing that south start this morning, and I thought there's no need to do that. The wind straight out of the north. As soon as y'all got to the bridge, it went east, and Lee was a mile ahead of me, and I never could catch him. And finally at Starlime, I caught him. I called Alan and Carol, and thank God they were up here and ready to go. And I want to thank y'all for getting out there and getting the finish line started. They said through all that, he said the mark drug a little bit. I don't know if it was the mark of his boat blowing around. He said, we've had some 35-knot winds. I said, no, you've had some 60-knot winds, because that's what I clocked at the maximum. So we had 35-knot squalls going through, and I warned everybody. I hope everybody heard that and took appropriate action to get your sails corrected. But I later looked, and I guess I was too busy trying to keep my boat under control too. But we had a 60-knot gust. So y'all did well to get here and not break anything and break yourself. So glad everybody got here safely. I'm going to start with Perry's group out of Perry Landing. And they're part of the race week, and all this is part of race week. Third place winner was Dave Casey. Dave's not here. You weren't combining the days. All right, well, I won't combine the days then. Okay.
Because we had different boats.
All right. Here's the way it worked then. The first race yesterday, third place was Harry Reed. Bev Reed, okay. Congratulations, Bev. Second place yesterday was George Dye. There you go, George. And first place was Dave Casey. Okay. Then today, Third place was Rob Hoffman. And second place was George Dye in Chattahoochee. You're giving him the wrong trophy.
Yeah, those are the wrong ones.
They're Harry's trophies. I know.
No, that's right. No, that's right.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
They both say second, so I'm kind of...
All right. And first place today, it was Harry Reid. Or Bell, whoever was driving that boat. Okay. All right, in Jam B, and John, did you set this up for the combined or both day races?
Combined.
Combined, okay. That's what I thought. And Harry, here's your...
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, Jam B, combined. Third place, and nobody's going to believe this, Psychotic Squirrel.
John, major debacle. How did we pull that one out?
Hey! Second place is John Hafner in Blowhard.
Second place. I'll take it first. There you go. All right, thank you.
And third place is Steve Smith. Hey, Jude. First place.
Nice weather.
Hey, third place, Isabel, Don Dalen. Congratulations, Don. Second place, James Wells.
James.
Hamrock.
I'd like to thank the race committee, of course. Great racing. The father and son weekend has definitely turned out to be a father and son wild ride.
In first place, Lee Bird, and he was also the two-day total winner at 7 hours, 1 minute, and 51 seconds. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks to this guy. Thanks to that guy for putting on the big show. And thanks to my crew. Where's Glenn? Down there. Glenn and Dan and Mark who went home. He said the heck with this. It's too much work. And the guys there that are alternate finish line. And I know you're under some duress because Carol was about to break your neck. Anyway, the wild ride, like you said, it was a great day. Enjoyed it.
Great racing.
Comment a little bit on that. It was a tricky day. We were down toward the star line, the big red can or green can down there, and we were lining up to make our run to make the turn on it, and that's when we got hit. I mean, we heard Jerry's warning on the radio that we had some heavy wind coming in, but what we got hit with, we were not expecting something like that. It laid us over sideways and pinned us. And if a boat is pinned down, boom in the water, mass in the water, that's called a knockdown. But if you're pinned over, you can't move, you're broached. And we were completely broached.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Michelle, my helmsman over here, she did a great job on handling the boat, followed the instructions I gave her. I had to scramble up on the foredeck, get the sails down, do what's called reefing the mainsail, which is reducing the size so we could get the boat back under control. Once we got under control, under just the mainsail reef, we were pulling almost 7 knots, which is going to be a little under 8 miles an hour. And for the type of boat we have, that's a heck of a speed.
Yeah. Well, I know I got some great footage out there today, and I think we even got some of you at some point. So we're going to take a look at that here in just a minute. And we wanted to talk to your helmsman for just a second. Actually, I understand she doesn't want to talk, but we want to say hi. Can you introduce your helmsman today? She deserves a little bit of credit.
My helmsman and girlfriend, Michelle Whitty.
Hi.
We've been together coming up on 5 years now. And I guess it was our third date. We were out here on the boat right after water.
Excellent.
And he didn't scare me off having me out all night on a date, so I survived then and I survived today, so
Sounds like you got a winner. Congratulations, guys. Well, I'm here with Lee Bird, and Lee won today's race, which was the race from Ken Lake up here to Lighthouse Landing. And Lee, we had quite a bit of weather out there today. You want to comment on that?
It was exciting.
It was exciting. I know at one point we had registered on the committee boat a 60-knot gust.
Yes.
Now, were you prepared for that when that happened?
Absolutely not.
Do you know when that happened? Can you kind of place
happened
that?
about a mile or so before the finish line.
Wow.
And the wind not only was 60 knots, but it was coming in various directions, it seemed like all at once.
So it was really hard to kind of manage the sails at that point because you didn't know what to deal with.
For a while, wind was out of the north, for a while it was out of the south, and then and our head sail got wrapped around the head stay, which we had a hard time. And I was actually out of control of the boat for about 5 or 10 minutes. So.
Well, I know we watched you on radar. I was on the committee boat today, and we watched you on radar, and at one point, you were actually going faster. We were doing about 6.2, and you were at 7 knots.
Yeah.
And we were afraid at one point we weren't going to be able to catch you. So we spent most of our day chasing you as the committee boat.
Well, actually, from the time the wind picked up after we went under the bridge, we were over 6 knots most of the time, and I would say we averaged somewhere between 6.8 and 7.2.
Yeah.
All the way up to Pisgah Bay. And from that point on, well, the wind changed right then and there.
Well, certainly an exciting win for you today, and not under the best of conditions, but you know what? This is great sailing. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Don't get no better than this.
Well, I'm here with John Hafner, and John is the captain of Blowhard. Ironically, it was blowing hard today, wasn't it, John?
It was.
It really was. And I understand you had some rudder problems out there today.
I did. I broke my rudder.
Did that happen in the gust, do you
It
think?
did. Yep.
That was a 60-knot gust, and can you tell us about that experience a little bit and how you dealt with it?
When it hit, I spilled all the air. I pushed my traveler to lee, and I still didn't have control of the boat, but it was still doing 7.5 knots, and it was just too much pressure for the tiller for the rudder, and it broke.
Just snapped right off.
Well, it didn't snap right off, but it cracked all the way through.
Cracked all the way through. Now, how did you make it back? I mean, could you steer once did you reef your sails? What'd you do?
I realized I could still have control of my boat as long as I didn't put any pressure on it. So I sailed bare pole for a while, and then when the winds lightened up a little bit, I pulled out a storm jib.
There you go.
I was able to limp home.
Perfect day for it, a storm jib. You heard it here. John, congratulations for making it home.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Good talking to you. Well, I'm here with Bev Reed, and Bev actually piloted a boat today. You guys came in first on the race to the Cup. Is that correct?
That's right.
And you placed third yesterday, right?
Third yesterday and came in first today.
Yeah, we were on Bev's boat yesterday. Completely different days, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We flew a spinnaker yesterday, and it was a great run. But today was quite a challenge. We thought we were going to be beaten into the wind all the way up here, and then we got under the bridge, and the wind went to the east, and then we're on a beam reach, and it just kept building, and we got to something like 30 knots, and showing on our wind meter, and I knew it was more than that, and then we got sustained of about 33 to 38 knots on the wind meter, and we were surfing down a wave at 9.8 knots.
Well, I know we were chasing you guys on the committee boat all day, 1 through 4. Y'all were bunched up pretty close there for a while. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we were really in contention with George Dry. He was coming up on us fast, and then the other boats that were from the Lighthouse Landing group were coming up fast behind us too. When we got into the 60-knot winds, then we did not round up, and some of the other boats did, and had some problems. So that's when we pulled ahead, and we passed 5 boats at that time.
So that really paid off for you then?
That paid off for me. I'll take 60 knots anytime I can get it now.
Oh, well, you can hear it still coming down here. And Beverly, we wanted to thank you for letting us ride with you yesterday. And we wanted to
It's our
talk a
pleasure.
little bit about the events coming up next weekend.
Okay.
We've got three more races.
That's correct. Friday we have the Sunfish Match Racing. We will have 4 rounds of Sunfish Racing, all starting at 9 o'clock in the morning over at Green Turtle Bay Beach. And then after that we will have 5 o'clock registration. We have a great party, and then we'll be moving everything up to the Commonwealth Yacht Club at 8 o'clock, and there'll be entertainment, and the party will resume. So
Excellent.
Then on Saturday starts our Commonwealth Cup Regatta, the 6th annual, and that's a distance race for the keel boats. And then for the Portsmouth division, it'll be a series of 3 buoy races. And so then we'll end with award ceremony on Saturday night, and another big party with more fun. And then Sunday, for those who had a little bit of a tough time on Saturday night, we're going to have the Colonel's Revenge. So we'll have a staggered start buoy race on Sunday, and that will end the Kentucky Lake Race Week.
Coverage of Kentucky Lake Race Week and the Commonwealth Cup are brought to you by First Kentucky Bank, Remax Dream World Properties in Green Turtle Bay.